I'm a person with the same name as 537,000 other people. I'm the age that almost everyone in this room has lived and forgotten, or will soon live and eventually forget. I'm as tall as the average person that's not as tall as average, and today I feel no different than anybody else has felt. I don't sound much like an individual, do I? Let me give this another try. Hi, I'm Isabel, I'm the age of 16, I'm 5'2" kind of, and today I feel excited and a bit tired and a lot terrified to introduce myself to a collection of faces I mostly don't know. So tell me, do I sound a little more like an individual now? I shouldn't. I gave you the same information, it meant the same meaning. It's simply personification of a thing in a room that will one day be a thing buried underground. Personification of a people. You only associate me with me because I'm the only 5'2", 16-year-old Isabel currently standing in front of you. Just as the word you is only personal to the person you are speaking to. What happens if I get taller? Though let's be real, I won't. But what happens when I get older, when I get married, when you find a different 5'2", 16-year-old Isabel stood within your stare? What happens when I can't relate to her, when I can't relate to the one that used to be right here? When her memories become faded and forgotten, her mannerisms foreign, her clothes no longer in my closet. I'll be relieved of her problems at the cost of her cares, unable to comprehend why she cared so much, and wondering how she didn't yet care enough. What happens when nostalgia turns from a window of comfort to a whisper of voices I can no longer name, to a reminder of things I can no longer feel and people I can no longer feel for? But this has already happened, because what happened to the 5'1", 14-year-old Isabel when I couldn't relate to her? Because I can't relate to her. Not more than I could a friend. The memories she left me are only viewable through the tint of her eyes and the words of her thoughts. But her eyes have changed and her thoughts could only ever be fleeting. And besides, most memories are shared. If memories are the identifier of you, then we become less of a someone the more time we spend with the someone. Only a moment in your lonesome can truly be your own. But those are too often spent regretting, remembering, reminiscing over the moments that didn't belong only to you. So individual still, I am not. But perhaps the very concept of one is as flawed as the being it seeks to distinguish. Maybe I'd rather be a blurred anyone than a lonely someone. So allow me to reintroduce us. Hi, we have the same names as countless others. We are all ages that through time we will live to forget. We are all not too tall for a ceiling, and we all feel no different than anybody else has felt. We don't sound like individuals. What we do sound like are humans, bestowed names as special as the sum of the countless others who share them. Identity's point is not to identify you, it is to find the people you identify with. So you may not suffer as a lonely someone, and instead live, die, and love as a human.